All right, here we go to the second game. The Blue Devils take the first one 7-6 with a walk-off base hit by Buffington. So the Blue Devils go to the second game now. This is a 9-inning scheduled game. And we will start with Arlen Peters on the mound. He's from Shashenfeld, Manitoba. He'll be on the mound with his 4-2 record, 5.56 ERA. Hunter Cachero with another save, which will tie him at 8. He has the win. I wanted him to have the save, Jace. Okay, yep, he got the win with that. That is correct, Jace. But anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to Hunter's. I've lost my paperwork that I have the information on. Hunter's uncles in Anchorage, Alaska, Larry Valdez, Dan Valdez, owners of Alaska Vessel and Vehicle Repair, watching the Blue Devils all the way in Anchorage, Alaska. Hunter Cachero's grandfathers and uncles, Larry Valdez and Dan Valdez. Guys, I love it and I appreciate it. You guys are awesome up there, always to be watching the games, and I appreciate your support from up there. Here we go in the second game. Arlen Peters on the mound. First pitch is a ball. Ricketts, Reachers, and Burgos scheduled up for the Scotties. There's a ball, a leadoff base hit, just like he did in the first game. So Ricketts was 1 for 3 in the first game with a leadoff base hit, and actually a double into second base. So a double into left field to lead off this second game. That's going to bring up Dalton Reachers, the second baseman. Reachers was 1 for 4 in the first game with a couple of ground outs to first base, a strikeout, and a base hit. There's a high fly ball into shallow right field. Out to take care of that is Parker Bosserman for the first out of the inning. Out into shallow right field for that fly ball. So that's going to bring up Burgos. Burgos was 1 for 3 in the first game with a base hit, a ground out, a strikeout, and a walk. He'll step in with a runner at second base. And 1 out, there's a strike called. 0-1 the count. On 1 the count, 1 out. Hutchison, Dawson, Bosherman, Bard across the infield. McHarg, Adams, and Sanchez. There's a little check swing. And Peters is going to grab that and underhand it over to Bard for the 1-3 ground out for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Bukovetsky. He was 1 for 3 in the first game, had a double, a fly out, a ground out, and a walk. He'll be up there with a runner at third base and 2 outs. First pitch misses 1-0. Peters on the mound for the Blue Devils. Buffington behind the plate. That's down low, blocked nicely by Buffington. 2-0 the count. Peters being careful with Bukovetsky. You don't want to get anything up in the strike zone to him. There's a swing and a miss on that. Fastball right there, 2-1 the count. So Cachero in that first game gets the win instead of the save. I was just trying to keep him up there in saves in the conference lead. Peters on the mound in this one. There's a high fly ball over the third base side. Over to take a look at that is Hutchison. He can't get to it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third base is Ricketts. He had a double. Moved over to third on the ground out, back to the pitcher of Burgos. Foul ball back to the screen. We'll do the 2-2 again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're doing it again. There's a swing and a miss. Tagged him out. So Ricketts leads off the game with a double. Then he's stranded. So no runs on 1 hit. 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Ethan Evert on the mound for the Scotties. He is from Gillette, Wyoming. He has a 13.50 ERA. Lefty on the mound. First pitch is ball 1. Want to know the count to Cole Dawson? He was 0 for 3 in the first game, grounded out, reached on an air, struck out, and flew out to center field. 2-0 the count on him now. Cole Dawson, the shortstop. There's a strike right through there. Barjam, Burgos, Reachers, Bukovetsky across the infield, Ricketts, Medina, and Roof in right with J.D. Van Horn behind the plate. That's up high. 3-1 the count. Ethan Evert on the mound, lefty for the Scotties. There's a ball headed into left field. That's going to be extra bases. Dawson going to take a shot at third base. The ball hit in the corner off the wall, went over towards center field. So a leadoff triple into the left field corner for Cole Dawson. That's going to bring up McHarg. McHarg will move to the number 2 hitting spot. He had a base hit and a double. 2 for 4 in the first game. There's a strike right through there. Runner at third base after the triple, the leadoff triple by Dawson. Another breaking pitch starts out inside, comes back across the plate for strike two. That's up high. 1-2 the count. Blue Devils win the first one. They had to come from behind. They won it 7-6 with a walk-off base hit. That stays up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Each team with a hit so far in their respective halves of the first inning. Waits on that ball, and the center fielder's going to have to come over going to get a tag at third. And a sac fly by Peyton McHarg for an RBI. So the Blue Devils take a 1-0 lead. 1 out. That's going to bring up Brendan Bard. Bard was 3 for 4 in the first game. There's a line drive right at the third baseman, Bargem. But Bard had 2 doubles and a single and a strikeout in that first game. So there's the second out of the inning on that line drive to third base by Bard. Going to bring up Adams. There's a strike called on the outside corner. Adams had a couple of lineouts to the shortstop hit by a pitch, and then in the 6th inning, a 2-run home run that tied it at 6. That missed a little bit inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 2-run home run to tie things up. That ball breaks inside. 2-1 the count. On the center fielder, Caleb Adams. Foul ball down the right field line and out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another foul ball down the right field line. That's going to be into the bullpen area, but then it bounced out. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Breaking pitch popped up on the infield. That's taken by the shortstop Burgos. No runs on 1 hit. We go to the top of the 2nd inning, Blue Devils with a 1-0 lead. All right, if I said no runs on one hit, I should have said 1 run on 1 hit. We had a sac fly, took a 1-0 lead, so I may have spoken error of that. Serrata, Zirkle, and Van Horn scheduled up for the Scotties. There's a strike one called. Philip Serrata, the designated hitter. He had a home run, a base hit, and lined out to the shortstop. 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter, Philip Serrata. He leads off the top half of the second inning for the Scotties. There's a foul ball that went off his bat twice. So 1-2. Timeout asked for by Serrata. Swing and a miss of that pitch for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Zirkle. Zirkle was 0 for 2 in the first game. Had a sac bunt for an RBI, reached on an error, and flew out to center field. But he had the sac bunt. There's a ball headed into the left field corner. That's going to be extra bases for Zirkle. Zirkle will be into second base with a double. That's going to bring up Van Horn. Van Horn, the catcher in this second game. Van Horn starts the day batting .246. He'll step in with a runner at second base and 1 out. There's a base hit into left field. Going to hold him at third. So that's going to make runners at the corners with 1 out. Van Horn with a base hit to left center. It's going to bring up Caleb Roof. Roof will have his first at bat today. Roof starts the day batting .292. He'll step in with 1 out and runners at the corners. Need a hard hit ground ball right at somebody on the infield. Does Arlen Peters right here. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Squares to bunt. The bunt is down. See what we get a call there. I'm going to guess that'll be a bunt hit. We'll see. So Roof with the bunt hit. But the run is not going to give that an error. Think that's going to turn out to be an error on the first baseman. Maybe Bard did not get a hold of it, and then Peters was trying to make up for it, but nonetheless. So we're going to call that an E3 as officially scored on the board. There's the play at home, so another bunt and the ball back to Bard. Was that that was a 3-2? A 3-2 ground out by Medina, actually bunt on the fielder's choice. So back to the top of the order. 2 outs now. Things happen faster than I get all my bookwork done. Bases are loaded. That missed a little bit low. Looked pretty good from up here. One and 0 the count. Ricketts had a double to lead off the game. He's up there with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ricketts, the left fielder for the Scotties. That's way up high. 2-1 the count. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs, bases full of Scotties. Peters trying to get out of this one without any runs being scored. It's outside, so 3-1 the count. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Roof at first, Van Horn at second, Zirkle at third. In the dirt. That's an RBI base on balls. Now, we have a tendency to be upset with that, but maybe that's a whole lot better than leaving one up in the zone for a grand slam or a double. So we'll just take that 1 run and see what happens from there. Sure, we'd like to have had a ground out, but we didn't get it. So that's going to bring up Reachers. He was out on a fly to Bosserman at second base in shallow right field, his first time up in this game. That misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. On Saturday, we will travel up to Highland. 1-0 the count. That's down low, 2-0. You will be able, if you go to my website, 4tees.com, you'll see that there's a button there, and there will be a live stream. That live stream will be their live stream, and it's $8 to watch that stream. Feel free to do that if you like. If you would not, I'm going to plan. There's a swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. My plan will be that I will plan to do an audio broadcast if I've got enough internet when I get up there, which they think I will be able to. There's a strike called. That's as high a strike as we've seen called all day, I think. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the second inning. But feel free to watch their live stream. I believe their live stream. I haven't seen it before, but I've heard it as I've been up there broadcasting. But I will do an audio only if I can get enough internet. That's up high. 3-2 the count. To watch that live stream, it'll cost $8. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will be off with the pitch. The high fly ball down the left field line. That's going to be foul and down into the bullpen. So we'll reload and do that again. Bases loaded. Swing and a miss. And the runner's going to get down. I believe that to be a pass ball on the catcher. It's going to be a strikeout with an RBI and a pass ball. So 2-1 lead now for the Scotties. 2-1. I hit the 3, didn't intend to. So that's going to bring up Burgos. He takes ball 1. Bases still loaded. One and 0 the count on Burgos. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. There's a check swing foul ball. Burgos is from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He's up there, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Buffington. 2-1 the count. Two runs in the inning so far, 2 outs, bases full of Scotties. Peters on the mound. He's from Schagenfeld, Manitoba. There's a swing and a miss of that high heater. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs in here in the second inning for the Scotties. That's up high. So we're going to have another 3-2 count where the Scotties will have the advantage of the runners being off with the pitch. There's a ball headed into left field, a line drive right at McHarg. So McHarg grabs that. So the Scotties get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave the bases loaded. They took a 2-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Blue Devils trail 2-1 to the Scotties. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Devils trail 2-1. Sanchez, Buffington, and Hutchison scheduled up for the Blue Devils. That was a pretty good job by the catcher there because that ball was certainly not that close to the zone, didn't appear to me, but nonetheless called a strike. 0-1 the count. There's a foul ball out of play, so quickly 0-2 the count on Sanchez. Sanchez had a couple of walks, a couple stolen bases, a fly out, and a ground out in the first game. There's a ground ball line drive right at the shortstop. The shortstop, Burgos, takes care of that for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Buffington. Buffington had the walk-off base hit in the bottom half of the 7th inning for the win. That was his at bat. There is a foul. He fouled it and then fell down on his back. The home plate umpire called him safe. For those of you listening and not watching, waited on the ground ball. Couple of hoppers over to Burgos. Burgos over to Bukovetsky for the 6-3 ground out for the second out of the inning. So that makes 2 outs. That's going to go to Palmer Hutchison. Hutchison in the first game had a strikeout, a sac fly, and then 2 walks. That ball stays outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. There's a strike right through there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Blue Devils trailing here in the bottom half of the second. 2-1 they trail. There's a ball headed right back up the middle. So Hutchison with a base hit right back up the middle. It's going to bring up Darius Freeman. Want to give a little shout out to Darius. Darius's birthday is today. Turned 2 decades old. 20 years old is Darius Freeman, the designated hitter for the Blue Devils in both games so far today. There's a curveball, makes it back to the strike zone. Freeman had a fly out, a pop out, a ground out, and a base on balls. So officially 0 for 3 in the first game with a walk. There's a high fly ball headed into right center. And the fly out to the center fielder, Ivan Medina. No runs on 1 hit. 1 left on. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Blue Devils trail 2-1. I'll be back. Top of the 3rd we go. Blue Devils trail the Scotties from Highland 2-1. Bukovetsky, Serrato, and Zirkle scheduled up. High fly ball on the left field side. Coming in to take care of that is the left fielder, Peyton McHarg. Bukovetsky is from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He flies out to McHarg in left field. That's going to bring up Serrata, the designated hitter. There's a strike called. Serrato is from Warsaw, Poland. There's a foul ball over into the first base dugout. So quickly 0-2 the count on the designated hitter, Philip Serrata. outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check swing, ruled a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Early going of the second game. We're in the top of the third. Blue Devils won the first game 7-6. There's a line drive right back up the middle for a 1-out hit for the designated hitter, Serrata. It's going to bring up Zirkle. Zirkle had a double his last time up. Zirkle is from Tecumseh, Kansas. Went to Shawnee Heights High School. He'll be up there with 1 on and 1 out. Breaking pitch, catches the outside corner. On 1 the count. Going to be out at second. The ball kicked out in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike the count now. With 2 outs. There's a high chopper toward Hutchison. He grabs it, throws it over to Bard at first base. So no runs on 1 hit. The 1 hit got caught stealing. We go to the bottom half of the third. Blue Devils trail by 1. We'll be back. All right, to the bottom half of the third inning we go. Bosserman, Dawson, McHarg scheduled up. Bosserman flew out to short, left, and center. Had a base on balls and a stolen base in the first game. There's a strike called. 0-1 the count on the second baseman, Parker Bosserman. A hard hit ball right at the third baseman. Barjam up with that and over to Bukovetsky for the first out of the inning. So that's back to the top of the order. And Cole Dawson. Dawson is from Russellville, Arkansas. He'll step in with 1 out and nobody on to face Evert. There's a strike, starts out wide and gets back to the plate. The lefty with the breaking pitch. Starts way outside and comes back across. Scotty's with a 2-1 lead over the Blue Devils. They got 2 runs on 4 hits. Blue Devils with 1 run. There is an attempt to bunt and a strike. So 0-2 the count. Blue Devils with 1 error in the game so far. None for the Scotties. 2-1 lead for those Scotties from Highland. There's a foul ball. We'll do the 0-2 again. Dawson led the game off with a triple. Hit it into the left field corner. When it hit into the corner, it went off the wall and carried him toward center field that allowed him to turn that double actually into a triple. 0-2 the count. That ball broke inside, 1-2 the count. 9-inning scheduled game. General format is on Thursday. You play a 7 and a 9, then you go to the other field and you play another 7 and a 9 on the Saturday. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. But today's Thursday version is actually on Wednesday due to impending weather tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. There's a breaking pitch that he swings through for the strikeout. So that's going to bring up McHarg. McHarg is from Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan, actually. Breaking pitch gets back to the strike zone. Oh and 1 the count. Lefty versus lefty. That misses just a little bit outside. Barjam, Burgos, Reachers, Bukovetsky across the infield, Ricketts, Medina, and Roof across the outfield. That's way outside. J.D. Van Horn behind the plate, and Everts on the mound, the defense for the Scotties. Another pitch breaks just a little bit outside. 3-1 the count. McHarg up there with 2 outs. There's strike 2 called. So 3-2 the count. And there's a ball that's going to go behind him, but it hits the bat for a foul ball. Backing out of play. The pitched ball that's behind you or above you and hits the bat is almost the equivalent, not quite the same as having an 0-2 count and hitting the batter. Not quite the same outcome, but still doesn't always feel very good depending on which team you're on. There's a ball down the right field line. We're going to do the 3-2 again. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We'll do it again. McHarg at the plate. Waits on the foul ball, but he waits on the breaking pitch. Didn't wait long enough, fouls it away. Pitch 9. High fly ball in foul territory. Bukovetsky comes down and takes care of that for the third out of the inning. So no runs on no hits, nobody left on. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Blue Devils trailing 2-1. We'll be back. Arlen Peters back for another inning of work. Top of the fourth inning we go. Van Horn, Roof, and Medina scheduled up. There's a strike called on the outside corner. Van Horn from Ottawa, Kansas. Was hit by a pitch. It's going to bring up Caleb Roof. Caleb Roof reached on an air. He bunted and reached on the air by the first baseman. Roof is from Lee Summit, Missouri. Went to Lee Summit North High School. There's a strike. Outside corner at the knees, 0-1 the count. Runner at first base. Oh and 1 the count. Highland Scotties lead the Blue Devils 2-1 here in the top of the fourth. Stays up high, does that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a high chopper at Dawson. Dawson's going to go to second base for the fielder's choice. No relay throw. So a 6-4 fielder's choice. That's going to bring up Medina. Medina is from Maracaibo, Venezuela. Maracaibo. In the dirt. 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss of that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run lead, 1 on. 1 run lead is for the Scotties. Runner goes. That's fouled back. He'll have to come back. We'll do it again. Throw over to first, nothing going on over there. One ball, two strikes on the center fielder, Ivan Medina. It's down low. Two balls, two strikes, one out, one on. Throw over to first, back in safely. Is Caleb Roof. Runner goes. Fouled away again. We'll do the 2-2 again. Two balls, two strikes, one out. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base and out. So a strikeout, throw them out to end the inning. A hit by a pitch, a fielder's choice. Strike them out, throw them out. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Blue Devils trailing 2-1. All right, to the bottom half of the fourth we go. Bard, Adams, and Sanchez scheduled up. Bard is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Piper High School. He'll step in to face Everts. And he promptly deposits a base hit into left field. Does Bard. He hit a line drive right at the third baseman his first time up. That time he lifted it a little more and toward the shortstop and into left field for a base hit. That's going to bring up Adams. Adams is from Leavenworth, Kansas. Went to Lansing High School. There's a bunt. That's going to be foul. 0-1 the count. Ball foul down the left field line. Jace is over here going, get out, get out, get out. And I'm thinking, get fair, get fair, get fair. Nonetheless, neither one of us got what we wanted on that one. 0-2 the count. Just stayed a little bit outside. Looked pretty good to me. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nibbling at that outside corner did Everts. Safe at first. Nice snap throw back down there. 2-2 the count now. On Caleb Adams, he popped out to the shortstop his last time up. Breaking pitch stayed way outside. 3-2 the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bard at first base. There's ball 4. So that's going to bring up Sanchez. Sanchez will step in with runners at first and second. Nobody out. Sanchez is from Sidra, Puerto Rico. He'll step in to face Everts, the lefty from Gillette, Wyoming. There's the bunt. The third baseman had to double clutch because I'm going to hope this isn't a broken ankle here, as the second baseman was trying to come over and cover, was trying to get his foot on the base, or maybe there was some contact because the KCK player, Sanchez, is down as well. So Reachers and Sanchez maybe got their ankles tied up a little bit. The trainer going to come out and take a look to see what they think. Sanchez is up and moving around. So I'll check with Jace here. Jace, what did we have happen? We have just 1 run score? So it's going to be a bunt hit. So both runs scored. And Jace has not put that up yet. He's waiting to. Actually, the 2 runs now go up, and the second baseman, Reachers, kind of walking that thing off now. So Sanchez with the bunt hit. And 2 RBI. Not sure if 1 RBI will go on the hit and the second one will be on the ball that was thrown into left field. Is that the way that'll be scored? Yeah. So they'll get. So Sanchez will get 1 and The second one will be on the air, but nonetheless, 2 runs will score. So the Blue Devils take a 3-2 lead. And number 2 will come in to second base, which I believe is Dakota Hogan, will come in for Reachers. So that's going to bring up Buffington. Buffington is from Andover, Kansas. 2-0 the count on him. Still nobody out. There is a runner at first. Sanchez after the hit. There's a breaking pitch across there for strike 1 called. 2 balls and a strike. Buffington grounded out to the shortstop his first time though. The ball's inside, 3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. 2 runs in the inning. The RBI bunt hit by Sanchez, 1 run. Then the second one scored on the air. There's ball 4. We're going to get a visit to the mound. Probably going to get a pitching change at this point. We'll get that information and we'll be back after this. Blue Devils with a 3-2 lead as they bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitching change has been made for the Scotties. Aaron Knoll from Winchester, Kansas comes in. He has no record so far this wins or losses this year. 11.52 ERA. Sanchez at second. Buffington at first. Palmer Hutchison at the plate. He had a base hit right up the middle his first time up. Palmer is from Hayes, Kansas. Squares to bunt. And moving up on the bunt attempt is Sanchez with the stolen base. Sanchez saw the third baseman in on the grass, and the shortstop not able to get there. So now runners at first and third. 1-0 the count on Hutchison. He takes inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at the corners. Blue Devils have plated 2 so far this inning. Still nobody out. There's a swing and a miss. Going to throw back down behind Buffington, and he's back in safe. 2 balls and a strike. Knoll on in relief for the Scotties, a side armor. Misses outside with that one, 3-1. There's a ground ball foul. I have been just see a mistake that I made. I had Ruff in right field. He's actually at third base. There's a foul ball over toward the first base side, so Hutchison fouls out in foul territory to Bukovetsky for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Freeman. Freeman flew out to center field his last time up. He'll step in with 1 out. Runners at the corners. Squares to bunt. Fouls it back to the screen. Sanchez at third. Buffington at first. 2 runs in the inning for the Blue Devils to take a 3-2 lead. See if Freeman continues to bunt. Yes, he turns. There he's going to pull it down to the first baseman and the second baseman covering is Hogan. So Bukovetsky underhands that ball to Hogan, and the run scores. So a sac bunt by Freeman. Two outs now. Buffington moves to third base. Blue Devils with a 4-2 lead now. Bosserman at the plate. Bosserman from Oak Grove, Missouri, went to Green Valley High School. Squares to bunt, takes a little bit high. 3 runs in the inning. There's a strike called outside corner. 2-1 the count. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Scotties, 4 runs on 4 hits for the Blue Devils, each team with an error. There's a ball headed down the right field line. It's going to be into the corner and extra bases. So a double into the right field corner and an RBI for Bosserman. That's going to make it would that make it 5-2, Jace? You're waiting to see what happens here. I didn't see what happens. I was doing my book work and running things, so we'll see what the umpires come up with this on that ball into the right field corner. We'll find out the ruling, and we'll be back. Okay, so it is ruled a fair ball down the right field corner. So an RBI base hit for Bosserman makes it 5-2. Runner at second base now. That's outside. So back to the top of the order in Dawson. He led off the game with a triple. Struck out in the third. He's up there with 2 outs. 1-0 the count on him. That's outside. J.D. Van Horn catching in this second game. He's done a nice job keeping some balls from going back to the screen as he did that one. 2-0 the count. Stayed inside just a bit, so 3-0 the count. On the shortstop, Cole Dawson. There's a strike called inside corner at the knees. 3-1 the count. Runner at second base is Bosserman. He had an RBI into the right field corner. It's a strike called. 3-2 the count. The only thing you can attribute that strike call to is the fact that he came sidearm. I don't disagree with you on that one. Here comes the 3-2 breaking pitch outside. So runners at first and second. This is the 9th batter of the inning. Mick Harg will step in. Mick Harg is from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. There's hit by a pitch to load the bases. So here in the fourth, the Blue Devils have batted around. So that's going to bring up Bard. Bard's had a line drive to the third baseman and a base hit into left field. He'll step in with 2 outs. Blue Devils with a 5-2 lead as they bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Blue Devils have batted around. Bard steps in, 2 outs, bases full of Blue Devils. And there's a hit by a pitch, so an RBI hit by a pitch to Bard. That's going to make it 6-2. So that's going to bring up Caleb Adams. Adams will step in with the bases loaded, still full of Blue Devils. Blue Devils now with a 6-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Adams has popped out to the shortstop. Reached on a base on balls. His second time up. Little visit to the mound by Van Horn to give some information to Noel. Noel on in relief of Ethan Evert. There's a strike called. Pitch breaks way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. So ball headed into left field. That's going to plug a gap. It's going to score 1. It's going to score 2. It's going to score 3. And into third base with a 3 RBI triple into left center for Caleb Adams. That's going to make it 9-2. It's going to bring up Sanchez. High chopper to the third baseman, Roof. Roof makes a wild throw. So Sanchez reaches on an error and then moves up on that same error, but another run comes in. That makes it 10-2. 10-2 the score. It's going to bring up Buffington. Much of this has been done after 2 outs. 10-2. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Sanchez. He's kind of limping as he comes off the base or comes off the field. Jalen Johnson from Blue Springs, went to Blue Springs South, will come in for Sanchez. Jalen Johnson will most likely stay in at right field. We'll see. Jalen comes in for the time being at second base. Blue Devils lead 10-2. Buffington at the plate. He's grounded out and walked. There's a strike on the inside corner. Runner at second base. Owen 1 the count. There's a swing and a miss, so 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Aaron Nolan in relief of Ethan Evert. There's a ball headed into right field. going to be extra bases for Buffington. Johnson will score. So Jalen Johnson goes from second to home while Buffington goes from home to second. That makes it 11-2. So Buffington with the RBI double. It's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison. He's had a base hit and fouled out in foul territory to Bukovetsky. That misses a little bit low. 1-0 the count. That's down low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. There's a strike called. 2 balls and a strike. 10 runs in so far in the inning. Ten runs on 5 hits. Couple of errors. There's a ball that misses outside. 3-1 the count. Buffington at second base. Hutchison at the plate. There's ball 4. So that's going to bring up Freeman. Darius Freeman with the sac bunt a while ago in this inning. Actually, he is the birthday boy today. Freeman with the birthday. He'll be up there with 2 outs and 2 on, 11-2 lead for the Blue Devils. There's a ball down the left field line. That's going to be out of play. Freeman at the plate. 0-1 the count on him. It's going to be hit by a pitch to load the bases back up. That's going to load them up. That's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman grounded out to the third baseman and then had an RBI double in this inning as well. The Blue Devils have batted 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This will be the 16th batter of the inning. There's a strike called. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. It's a high fly ball to center field. Going back to take care of that's the center fielder, Medina. So the Blue Devils with 10 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 10 runs on 5 hits. We go to the top of the 5th inning, the Blue Devils with an 11-2 lead. You are right about that. Most of that with 2 outs, Jace said, and he is rightfully so. We go to the top of the 5th. Blue Devils with a 9-run lead. We'll be back. All right, to the top of the fifth inning we go. Blue Devils lead 11-2. Ricketts, Hogan, and Burgos scheduled up for the Scotties. Peters back for another inning of work. Ricketts has had a double and a base on balls that yielded a run. It's a high fly ball over on the third base side. Hutchison takes care of that for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Hogan. It's outside, strike called. I think we just hit the 9-run ahead strike zone. Hogan was 0 for 2. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. In the first game, had a ground out and a fly out and a walk. Fly out was to first base. Ball's in the dirt, 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Scotty's trailing by 9 as they bat here in the top of the fifth. It's a ground ball at Dawson, or at that high chopper. Because of the high chop, may be ruled a hit. Hit or error? What you got over there, Jace? Air pulled him off. The throw from Dawson, so E6 for Hogan. That's going to bring up Burgos. Burgos is grounded back to the pitcher and been out on a line drive to left field. He'll step in with a runner at first base and 1 out. There's a high fly ball to left field. McHard going back, and he's going to take that right at the track for the second out of the inning. Two outs now to Bukovetsky. Bukovetsky has struck out and been out on a fly to left field, his 2 at-bats this game. That's inside. 1-0 the count. Top of the fifth inning action, 9-inning scheduled game. Breaking pitch, that may be right up here amongst us. By gosh, it stayed in. The wind had to have helped that one stay back in, Jace. I think you agree. A nice job and a play by the catcher, Buffington, for the third out. We go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Blue Devils lead 11-2. I'll be back. All right, we've got a new pitcher. Taryn Williams from Kansas City, Missouri, went to Belton High School, another school just about 18 miles north of where I live in Harrisonville. He will step in and face Dawson, McHarg, and Bard. Had a hornet that we needed to get out of the broadcast booth up here, and so that put us behind on our work up here a little bit, but that's all right. 1-0 the count. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the fifth inning action. Dawson has a triple, a strikeout, and a walk. Strike two. Dawson and McHarg were the only two people in the fourth inning that did not bat twice. Taryn Williams on the mound. There's a little pop-up into right field. A nice job by the second baseman, Hogan, to go out and take care of that for the first out of the inning. So that's going to bring up McHarg. He's had an RBI sac fly to center field, fouled out in foul territory to the first baseman, and been hit by a pitch. There's a strike right through there. Strike called, 0-1 the count. Blue Devils lead 11-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. There's a ball headed into center field. Coming over to take care of that into right center is Medina for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Bard. Bard will step in. He's had a line drive, a base hit to left field, and then he had an RBI hit in the backside. Bases loaded, hit by a pitch, yielded a run. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on to face Williams. 1-0 the count. Breaking ball outside, 2-0 the count. Williams has a 2-5 record. Bard pops that one up over on the right-hand side of first base. Bukovetsky takes care of that for the third out of the inning. We go to the top of the sixth inning. 3 up, 3 down there for the Blue Devils in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the sixth. Blue Devils lead 11-2. I'll be back. Blue Devils with defensive changes. Jalen Johnson, after his pinch hit, goes into right field for Sanchez. And Jet Buck goes into second base. There's a check swing foul ball. Is that all the changes, Jace? Thank you, sir. I appreciate your help. The guys up here always got help with names, and we get to have pretty good conversation up here. It's just the two of us, and we like our baseball. There's a ball headed into right center, and Jalen Johnson goes over to take care of that for the first out of the inning. So Serrata out on a fly. He had a base hit and a strikeout earlier in this one. It's going to bring up Zirkle. Zirkle's had a double and a ground out to the third baseman in this game so far. Arlen Peters has gone all the way so far in this one for the Blue Devils. Good for him to eat up some innings. That's high and inside. Actually have a pinch hitter here. Addison Sig from Topeka is on the hit for Zirkle. So one hopper over to Palmer Hutchison. He sends it over to Bard for the 5-3 ground out for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up J.D. Van Horn. He's had a base hit and he hit by a pitch. Then he was caught stealing on a strike him out, throw him out in that inning. That's way upstairs for ball one. 1-0 the count. 2 outs, a fly out to right field and a ground out to the third baseman. Van Horn, the catcher, at the plate. It's a foul ball. Off the fence and a nice snag by one of the players. Ashton Paith, he was pitching earlier. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. It's a little bit low, 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Blue Devils leading 11-2. Top of the 6th inning action. Blue Devils took the first game 7-6. Looked pretty good to me right there. Ruled the ball either low or outside, so 3-1 the count. There's a foul ball backing out of play. 3-2 now. Royals lose today, a 7-3 to the White Sox. Foul ball into the screen. I'll get that ball tonight when I get my PTZ off the top of the dugout. Yeah, there are 2. And I didn't remember seeing that other fairly new looking one. That yellow thing's been there for quite a while. We'll do the 3-2 again. The ball headed over toward And just out of, you can probably see that. We couldn't see it from where we were, but the camera that you saw did. So Bard with the catch of the Van Horn foul ball. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Blue Devils leading 11-2. We'll be back. All right, to the bottom of the sixth we go. Adams, Johnson, and Buffington scheduled up. Adams popped out to the shortstop, reached on a base on balls, and then emptied the loaded bases with a triple, his third at bat. There's a strike called. Stays inside. Two and one the count. Foul ball backing out of play. Foul ball headed down behind second base, and taking care of that is Hogan. So a fly to the second baseman down behind in foul territory. That's going to bring up Jalen Johnson. He came in to run. Pinch ran. So he'll get his first at bat. Johnson is from Blue Springs, Kansas, went to Blue Springs South High School. He started the day batting .238. There's a ground ball. Going to see how that's scored. I'm going to guess. Going to get that called a hit. The shortstop trying to make the backhand on that. And with Jalen's speed, that's going to be a base hit. Don't think he'd have got him even if he'd have fielded that cleanly. So that's going to bring up Buffington. Buffington will be up there with one out and a runner at first base. Breaks outside for ball one. Buffington's grounded out to the shortstop, had a walk. and then plug the gap in right center for a double. That's up high. 2-0 the count. Buffington's double had an RBI come along with it. That's inside. 3-0 the count. (11-2) lead for the Blue Devils. 9-inning scheduled game. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a strike. Nope, excuse me. Yes, there it is, finally. I thought there was no way he could not call that. So 3-1 the count. Snap throw back down to first. Johnson back down. Really delayed call, Jace. I agree with you on that one. 3-1 the count. Throw over to first, back in safely is Johnson. Johnson with the infield hit to the third base side of the shortstop. There's a strike called. Three and two the count, 1 out. I cleared my balls and strikes and outs there inadvertently. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Runner at first base. Timeout asked for. We'll do the 3-2 again. High fly ball to center field. Medina come in just a few steps. He'll take care of that for the second out of the inning. So that's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison, the third baseman. He's had a base hit. Fouled out in foul territory to Bukovetsky and has walked. He'll be in there with 2 outs and a runner at first base. The runner at first is Jalen Johnson. Misses outside, ball 1. Want to know the count? Breaking pitch right through there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, runner at first base. Blue Devils leading 11-2. They plated 10 runs in the 5th inning, brought 18 players. 17 players to the plate. We had 2 players that did not bat twice, so 9, 7, actually 16 came to the plate. 2-1 the count. The ball headed into left field. Center fielder Medina coming over and takes care of that for the third out. No runs on 1 hit. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Blue Devils leading 11-2. I'll be back. Top of the 7th we go. Roof, Medina, and then Ricketts back to the top of the order. Roof has reached on an air and grounded into a fielder's choice. There's strike one called. 0-1 the count. On the third baseman, Caleb Roof. I announced him as being in right field. Made several good plays over at third. My mistake. There's a foul ball so quickly. 0-2 the count. On the third baseman, Caleb Roof. In the dirt. 1-2 the count on Caleb Roof. A little bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. From 0-2 to 2-2, Peters back for another inning of work. Stayed up high, 3-2. Hutchison, Dawson, Buck, and Bard left to right across the infield. Across the outfield, left to right, McHarg, Adams, and Jalen Johnson. Matt Buffington behind the plate. Peters still on the mound. There's a high fly ball into left field. McHarg comes over to take care of that for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Ivan Medina, the center fielder. He reached on a fielder's choice. Grounded to the first baseman with the bases loaded. They came home to keep that run from scoring. Then he struck out. He's 0 for 2 in this second game. High fly ball to right field. Long run for both Johnson and Adams. Gonna send him home. And an inside the park home run for Ivan Medina. That's going to make it 11-3. So 11-3, a long, high fly ball. A lot of time for him to run. It came down in the gravel out in the outfield. So 11-3 now. Outside ball one. Back to the top of the order in Ricketts. He's had a double, an RBI walk, and fouled out in foul territory to third base. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run in on the home run by Medina. That ball misses just a little bit up. 2-1 the count. Breaking pitch stays up high. 3-1. There is a base on balls. Sorry about the cameras. I was trying to get you a look at our bullpen with someone warming up down there to see who it is. Can you tell who that is, Jace?
Yeah, that's Will Hahn.
Will Hahn warming up in the bullpen for the Blue Devils. So a runner at first base. That's going to bring up Hogan. Hogan reached on an error his last time up. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Buffington. Going to get a visit to the mound. I imagine this is just a little bit of a time thing to try and give the pitcher a little time to get ready. Hogan for the Scotties in the first game. He was the third baseman. He was 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out to first base. He's from Salina, Kansas, went to Salina Central. Pitching change is going to be made. Will Hahn must have gotten ready and then set down a little bit. We'll have a pitching change. We'll get that information and we'll be back. Pitching change has been made. Will Hahn from Olathe, Kansas, went to Olathe West. He'll come on in relief for Arlen Peters. There's a strike called. Throw down to first base. Nothing going on down there. 0-1 the count. 2-0 record for Hahn and a 4.79 ERA. There's strike 2 called. Dakota Hogan reached on an error his last time up. High and inside, that's going to be a wild pitch. Runner's going to move down to second base. Two balls, two strikes now. One out. Top of the seventh inning, Blue Devils leading 11-3 after the inside park home run by Medina. 3-2 the count. Foul ball on that breaking pitch. We'll do the 3-2 again. Wednesday afternoon version of Thursday afternoon baseball. Normal Thursday, Saturday. 2 games on Thursday and Saturday at the opposite field. There's a strike 3 called. So 2 outs now. That's going to bring up Burgos, the shortstop. He's grounded back to the pitcher, been out on a line drive to left field and flew out to left field. He'll be up there with 2 outs and a runner at second base in Ricketts. Hahn on in relief of Peters. There's a foul ball between the Scotties coach and third base. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. A reminder that Saturday you'll be able to go to my website, 4tees.com, click on the Scotties live stream. It'll cost $8. You know, I got the idea that it was $8 per game. That was low, 1-0, 1-2 the count. I didn't even think about it not being $8 for the doubleheader, but $8 for both games. I'm not sure what that will be, but I plan to do an audio-only broadcast. There's not very much internet up there for me to make use of. There's another line drive down, head coach reeling away down there. Coach had to get out of the way of that one. Runner at second base. There's a foul ball. That got a piece of the umpire, knocked his mask off, so we'll get a little bit of a walk around. Each of the coaches will visit with their kiddos a little bit to get him a little bit of time. 11-3, the Blue Devils lead. Runner on second base for the Scotties here. Let's have the trainer for the Blue Devils come out and check the umpire out. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 11-3 the score. The Scotties 3 runs on 5 hits with 2 errors. The Blue Devils 11 runs on 8 hits and also 2 boo-boos. So each team with 2 errors. Three balls, 2 strikes. Burgos at the plate, and he fouled another one off. So we'll do the 3-2 again. A high fly ball on the infield. Bard's going to come in, take control, and catch that one right in front of the pitcher's mound. So 1 run on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 7th with the Blue Devils leading 11-3. We'll take a break. We'll be back. I go to bed at 9. I don't always get to sleep until, 10 or so, but I try and get 8 hours of sleep. What did Hutchison do to make our third out? No worries. I didn't get that. There's a strike called. Darius Freeman, he's flew out to center field. Had a sac bunt for an RBI and been hit by a pitch. He's up there. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Need to do a little bit of work here and get things caught up. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 7th. There's a ball headed into center field. Straight away is the center fielder Medina, and he takes care of that one. So Freeman flies out to center field. That's going to bring up Jet Buck. Jet Buck is from Kansas City, Missouri. Went to Liberty North High School. He takes strike 1. One out. Breaking pitch catches the corner. Buck starts the day batting an even 200. That's a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buck his first at bat. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on as Freeman made out as he led off the inning. Fly to center field. That pitch breaks outside. So 3-2 the count. So from 0-2 to 3-2 is Taryn Williams on Jet Buck. Foul ball backing out of play. We'll do the 3-2 again. Breaking ball just gets a piece of it, does Buck. We'll do the 3-2 again. Breaking pitch, and he swings through it for the strikeout. Second out of the inning. Back to the top of the order in Dawson. Dawson's had a triple, a strikeout, a walk. And then he popped out to the second baseman in foul territory, almost down to the bullpen area for the Scotties. Dawson will be up there with 2 outs. Misses inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. So ground ball at the third baseman roof, up with that and over to Bukovetsky for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. Blue Devils leading 11-3. We'll be back. All right, to the top of the 8th we go. Bukovetsky, Serrato, and Sig scheduled up. First pitch is a ball to Bukovetsky. Bukovetsky struck out, flew out, and popped out to the catcher. Nice play by Buffington. There's a foul ball back to the screen. Buffington did not give up on the ball. I gave up on it, thought it was going to be out. He stayed with it. It stayed inside the field of play, and he made a nice play on it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 inside corner. 1-2 the count. So ground ball fouled over to the first base dugout. We'll do the 1-2 again. Foul ball out of play down the left field line. 1-2 the count. But it will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. In the dirt. 2-2. Breaking ball, fouled it away. 2-2 the count. Eighth pitch of the at-bat. There's a line drive into right field. So a lead-off base hit into the right field for Bukovetsky. That's going to bring up Serrata, the designated hitter. He struck out, had a base hit, caught stealing, and flew out to right field. He'll step in with a runner at first base. And nobody out. 1-0 the count. Two and 0 the count. Runner at first base is Bukovetsky. Foul ball down the right field line. Bard holds Bukovetsky at first base. Serrato, the designated hitter, at the plate. Three and 1 the count. I believe you're right on it. There's a ground ball through the hole between third and short for 2 runners on with still nobody out. So back-to-back base hits by Bukovetsky and Serrato. That's going to bring up Addison Sig. He grounded out to Hutchison at third base his last time up. Foul ball back and out of play. 0-1 the count. Top of the 8th inning action scheduled 9-inning game. Blue Devils took the first one 7-6. 1-1 the count. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. That's up high for 2-1. Back-to-back base hits to lead off the top of the eighth for the Scotties of Highland. Stays up high, 3-1. Three balls, one strike. Bukovetsky at second, Serrato at first. There's a strike called. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Addison Sig came on for Zirkel in the 6th inning. There's a swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up J.D. Van Horn, the catcher. He had a base hit by a pitch, and then popped out in foul territory to Bard. Foul ball backing out of play. Oh, and 1 the count on the catcher, J.D. Van Horn. There's a little check swing, going to go down to Bard. And then called him safe over here. Bard goes to second base. They get the fielder's choice as Hahn tries to hit the bag. Long way for the umpire at second base. Now, Coach Goldbeck is going to go out and ask him to ask the home plate umpire if he saw him reach back and tag the bag, since he can't. So we'll see what we get there. So for the time being, we have a fielder's choice 3-6. The umpires are going to talk about it, and they're going to say out. He overruled. I believe that to be the right call, and I believe it's good that we ask for it. So we get the 3-6-1 double play to end the inning. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning with the Blue Devils leading 11-3. I'll be back. You don't see a 3-6-1 double play every day. Taryn Williams back for another inning of work. He lives in Kansas City, Missouri. He went to Belton High School, just another one of those schools just a little bit further north of where I live in Harrisonville. McHarg, Bard and Adams scheduled up. That ball misses outside. 1-0 the count on McHarg. McHarg's had a sac fly, a foul out, a hit by pitch, and a fly out to center field. There is a high fly foul ball, and that is going to get out of play just about. Not able to see that one is my camera. 1-1 the count. There's a hit by a pitch. A hit by a pitch, but he's going to call him out or just keep him here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. I'd like to go back and see that one. 1-0 the count. 2-2 the count. The high fly ball on the left side of the infield. The shortstop, Burgos, takes care of that for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Bard. Bard's been out on a line drive to the third baseman. Had a base hit to left field, an RBI hit by a pitch, and he popped out to the first baseman. He'll step in. With 1 out and nobody on. There's a strike on the outside corner. Oh, and 1 the count on Brendan Bard. The high fly ball on the right side of the infield. Hogan is going to come in and take care of that for the second out of the inning. So that's going to bring up Adams. Adams has popped out to the shortstop, walked, had a triple for 3 RBI with the bases loaded, and then fouled out down the right field line in foul territory. Takes a strike called. 0-1 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. That's low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside. 2-1. Pop out to the shortstop. Pop out to the second baseman for the first 2 outs of the inning here. The bottom half of the inning. There's a curved ball. Broke what appeared to be way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Strike called. That's the you guys are ahead by 11-3 call. That's inside for ball 3. 3-2 the count. There's ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued to Adams. That's going to bring up Jalen Johnson. Runner at first base after the 2-out walk issued to Adams. Johnson had a base hit between third and short. His at bat, his last at bat, which was his first at bat of the day. There's a strike outside corner. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. Runner at first base is Adams. He worked a 2-out walk. Way outside, that's going to be a move up of Adams. Wild pitch or a pass ball, you take your choice. Kind of a nonchalant by the catcher there. Van Horn makes me think a pass ball. One and one the count. Runner at second base now. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second base. Sun has given way to some clouds. Overcast, wind still blowing out from the south. The flag has got a torn piece that's caught on the netting. They may have a hard time getting that down. There's a fly ball headed into center field. That's going to drop. So an RBI. Base hit for Jalen Johnson. Gets an RBI hit. That makes it a 12-3 score. We're going to get a visit to the mound. Not sure if there'll be a change, but a base hit. Blue Devils lead it 12-3. One more run would make it the 10-run rule anytime after 7. We'll be back. Braden Vaughter with the pinch hit attempt here. Vaughter will step in his first at bat of the day. He lifts a fly ball into center field deep going back and out of here for the walk-off 2-run home run to end this one. So Vaughter comes in with a pinch hit, sends one to left center field for the walk-off home run to make it a 14-3 walk-off hit. So the Blue Devils take the first one today, 7-6, and they come back with a 10-run rule in the bottom of the 8th inning to win this one 14-3. Watch the website. If you want to pay to watch, there will be a link on my website to their link for you to be able to pay $8 to watch the game. I will plan to do an audio only, provided I've got enough internet to do that. We'll talk to y'all on Saturday. Have a great day here on Wednesday, a little early day for baseball, and we'll talk to you Saturday. Have a good evening.